Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Behind the Curtain, where we look behind the scenes of the feature film, The Good People of Orphan Ridge. I am joined today by the two stars of the film, Jake Wallin and Nathanael Lirio. Thank you all for joining me. How does it feel that there are tons of people watching your faces right now out on Amazon Prime? Like, we did it. It's out there.
Oh, honestly, kind of unreal. I feel like going into this project, that was always the end goal. But once, we got the email and we saw that it was out there on Amazon, I think it's been like a week now. It's still kind of unbelievable, to be honest.
I didn't even see the email first. I was on Instagram and I saw the thing that was like Good People of Orphan Ridge on Amazon Prime. And I was like, the same Good People of Orphan Ridge that we were in.
I know we all jumped into this project, and it was I was one of the producers, and it was just this like, okay, I think we can do this. I think we got the talent and the cast and the crew, and then we'll just kind of see. And it's really cool that we finally reached this point. So how did Jake, how did you first hear about this project, get brought in, audition? Like, what was your introduction to hearing about this?
I've been trying to remember because I had already graduated. I was no longer at Lee. I graduated in 2020. And I was about to, if I remember correctly, I was about to leave for another job in upstate New York. And I think because there was like a poster on a board, right, that said auditions. And I had come to the communications building for something, and I saw it and I was like, I have nothing artistic going on right now. I'm just going to give it a shot. And so I walked into that audition not really knowing what I was doing, but I had really wanted to do some more film stuff, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, because you've done a number of stage plays at Lee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've done a lot for the theater. But yeah, that's awesome. Nathanael, how did you first come to hear about it?
Yeah, so I don't have as exciting a story as a poster on a board as Jake. I was a film student at Lee, and I was in a class with Fisher, the director and writer, and he just kind of brought it up in class one day, and I got to talk to him afterwards about it. I'm not pursuing acting, honestly. I like writing and directing, but just like once he told me about the project and I got to hear a little bit about it, I was honestly kind of really enthralled by the idea. So that's just hearing about the characters in the story, and I was like, I think I could maybe act in this. So that's kind of
great. Yeah, well, I will say I had conversations with Matt, the writer director. I mean, a year and a half before we moved into pre-production. Like it was like he had this idea for a script, and he was like, I think I'm gonna write it with people like that I know that are around. And he's like, I think Nathanael could work for one of the characters. This is like a year and a half before y'all knew anything about it. It's like, Nathanael could really work. I think I'm gonna write the character for Nathanael. And then he listed off like 5 or 6 names for the other character. Jake, you were not one of the names because I don't think he knew you very well, or he didn't.
Right, yeah.
And they all had a certain look and feel, but it was someone. They were all people who were non-actors, and they also, I didn't know how reliable they were. So I was really pushing Matt for the audition process. Well, of course, get Nathanael in because I know he's a great student. He's going to show up. And your audition, Nathanael, by the way, was like, I watched the video of it. You went like hardcore, like you were like all in. Like it was like, okay, this student necessarily isn't pursuing an acting career, but he like went all out in this audition, and that was really a cool thing. Like you were very committed to it. I don't think we'll ever release the audition video, but if we did, that we should put that on Amazon. It was excellent. Because you had to lip sync, right? Did you have to lip sync for that, Matt or Nathanael?
You're good. I was saying it's good blackmail material. So I think Fisher was like, I just want like, he gave us a song. I think everyone that auditioned had to do the same song. So he gave us, it's like a 4.5 minute long song, maybe even 5. And he's just like, just lip sync 30 seconds. I just need to see if you can get into the character's groove. And I said, no. I'm going to remember the lyrics, and then I'm going to sing you this 5-minute song. And I'm a bad singer. I'm not very good. But yeah, I went up there and like played air guitar and sang this 5-minute song. So I was still surprised that I got the role after he heard that. Knowing that
no, it was excellent. He was like, yeah, Nathaniel's gonna work. Like I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw the video. And then for of course the role of Leon, it was a little more open-ended. But after your audition, Matt came to me and was like, okay, so we got this one audition. It was really good. It's so different than what I was imagining for the character, because the other 5 people were not just, they look different than you do, Jake, and they were a different mold. But he was like, but I really like what Jake did with it. I'm going to have to mentally shift where I think the character is going to go, but I think it could work great. And I was like, yes, because I'd seen you in some stage plays, and I was like, no, Jake's going to like really bring some groundedness to the scenes, because so much of the movie is you two interacting with each other, and you have to sell it. And I love, and as far as Jake, your performance, like you keep the scenes grounded, and then Nathaniel, you add in like these hilarious moments, like, why do I wear skinny jeans? You're like, why do I wear skinny jeans? Like you add in these things, this flair that is just like amazing. And I'm like, you two play off each other, and so the chemistry between you two, I remember seeing I want to say the first time that I was really like, oh snap, this is really, really going to work. It was like the argument scene that y'all have like outside of the house. And because it was dramatic, right? It wasn't just y'all playing music and asking where extension cords were. Like it's dramatic, and y'all are, and I was like, oh wow, this is like, Matt did a good job casting this. So no, y'all did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
What is a memorable moment? This could be a moment where you're like, oh wow, I think this film could be pretty cool. Or maybe it's a moment where yeah, just what's a memorable moment, a scene that you want to go back and talk about? Nathaniel, do you have any a memory that sticks out to you on the production?
Okay, I have a few, but for time's sake, I feel when I really felt like I was acting and like being on a film and being in a film, were the times where like when it was very physical. Like I love the acting as far as like the dialogue and stuff, but when I got to do something physical, running around, being out of breath, I really felt pulled into the film. So the scene where the red cap is chasing me and I'm running down the hallway and then jumping into the room, we did quite a few takes. I remember Fisher was like, hey, are you okay? Like we can change it up, or we can be done. And I was like, no, I love this. This is so fun. I would just fly into this room and land on this small pillow. And I don't know if you remember this, Beecher, but thankfully I own 3 pairs of the exact same black pants. Because on one of the takes, I ran in, jumped in, and I ripped like from the back all the way through the crotch of the jeans. And I told one of my best friends, Corinne, the co-producer, I was like, hey, can you go to my apartment and go find my other jeans, because I don't think we can film in these anymore. So that was it was really small but fun moment that made me really feel like, wow, this is more than a student film. It's more than people just sitting down and talking. We're actually physically getting into the roles. And it was just a great memory. And
you bring a lot of physicality to the character of Day. I mean, even early on when you're having the conversation, Day's having the conversation with his mom, like even just the way you exit the room, you're like, sorry, mom, not tonight. I can't record it. And then like you hop over the couch and like throw yourself backwards, like little things like that. The flair you add to it. Like if you have a character who just literally plays exactly what's on the page, I don't think it's nearly as an entertaining movie. So you definitely did a great job with that. Jake, what's a memory or a moment that stands out to you looking back on it?
Oh gosh, the first one there were like 2 big ones, and the first one that comes to mind is, I think it was one of the first scenes we shot too, were when we were in Rob's office, and I was just getting to know everybody, and we were working on the stuff, and then we come back to do like the dream Rob's office, and Jaron just pulls out, who is our DP, just pulls out all of these crazy lights. I think I heard Jaron say nan lights 182 times the entire process, and does some of the, like, I'm a theater actor. I've seen a lot of great stuff be done with lights, but to see it scaled down in a room for film, I was like, this looks incredible. And I think that was the same moment I had as that Nathaniel had, of like, this is going to be something really cool, even when we got into shooting the scene. And Rob is already menacing, but to have all of the lights going on, it looked so good. And then several weeks or months later, we were filming in the house, and I saw Wit, who had been helping a lot with the music. I was like, what are they doing to Wit? Because they just had him stand up and we're doing all this makeup stuff. And then Wit comes down in the makeup and in the garb of the fairy innkeeper. And I was like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to watch this movie. I'm horrified right now. And I'm sitting in this chair filming this, but that was I had never been on a film set like that before. And I was like, this is going to be something spectacular. And then everything I got to film with Kate and Nathaniel, it was so much fun to have like the trio together. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And Whit, who plays the innkeeper, they're like 6'3", 6'4". I mean, they might even be taller than that. I mean, they're a very towering figure. And yeah, no. And Aaron and Sadie did amazing. Actually, in the next episode, I'm gonna interview Jaren, so we'll talk about that scene with the lights. And then the next one, hopefully, I'm gonna interview Aaron and Sadie, who just knocked the production line out of the park. Which there was a few moments, but seeing, as you said, seeing Whit as the innkeeper, I was like, oh wow, like this could work, because we're not working with a big budget. We're not working with people that have done these type of effects before. But yeah, no, it was just such a great experience. I loved it. It was like family. I felt one of my favorite memories with y'all, I think, was Nathanael one night, because we're shooting at spring break. It's late. You left set really wanting a pizza. I feel like you were like, oh, I just want pizza, and all the pizza places are closed. So like the next day, I went by Walmart and bought like a frozen pizza. And so then that next night when you left, I walked out like, Nathaniel, still want pizza? You're like, yes, but all of them are closed. I'm like, here you go.
I was so shocked. That was like, I'm usually pretty good at like reading into things, but like I had no idea you're gonna do that, because we're filming from like 3 to 3, and the latest Little Caesars closes at 3, and I was so sad because I was a college student, and then you gave me a pizza, and it made my night.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That was my favorite part of production, is going around and giving little things to people to just say thank you, and here's a little more motivation to keep going. But y'all, thank you so much for talking with me. Go right now. If you're watching this, go right now. Watch The Good People of Orphan Ridge on Amazon Prime. Leave a rating, leave a review. Follow us on social media so that you can get more updates on where we'll be streaming. Also, this is the first time we're actually announcing this. The film just got into the Blue Ridge Film Festival. I just got the email this morning. So if you live near Blue Ridge, Georgia, and you want to go, it will be the last weekend of February. We're waiting on the exact screening time. We will be posting that, like I said, on social media. So follow us there. And thank you all for watching. We will see you next time.